Hey guys, Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House. Just got here and I'm unloading my pockets. Okay, so since I got in here, I could definitely smell the oils, that fragrance that I put on the wood here. So I'm gonna crack a window. It's actually a little too strong, but it did its job, so. Alright, so let's see. Give you guys temperature updates. 67 or 61 Fahrenheit, 17 Celsius, 52% humidity, 2:30 in the afternoon. Check on my solar and stuff. Haven't had any rain or anything, but haven't been here for a while, which is a shame. Okay, we're still in float mode. Absolutely. These guys are all charged up. Totally. Yep. That guy is probably as well. Cool. So yeah, I want to I gotta check on my plants and stuff. See how the water levels are. This one's still moist. Same here. So I don't have to worry about filling it up with that 2 liter of water. What I'm gonna do today, I'm not gonna take this wall apart or remove stuff today. I'm gonna run my gear and High-Tech Guy 18 Stu, and I'm sure a few of the other techies who want to know exactly what I'm pulling in when I'm running my stuff. They want to know the details of my amps and watts and stuff coming in. So I'm going to be running back and forth to the solar panels, the charge controllers anyway, to show that stuff. I'll have to run the TV on mute, which is a shame, but that's the way it is. And yeah, the oil soaked right in to the lumber, so no biggie there. So I'm gonna have to turn the power on, run my TVs and stuff, and then be checking back and forth here, because they want to see the details of my solar system, my off-grid solar power. So we'll plug that in. And that's my elliptical beeping away. And I need to power up the TV and the boxy box and go from there. I do not have my regular size tripod. I got this little baby one that I leave here just in case. So yeah. I won't have the best angles, but I'll be basically holding the camera most of the time anyway, so we'll see what happens once the TV gets going here. Hopefully. There it goes. I don't know what that is, but whatever. Do not know why I'm not getting any video on the screen either. I hear volume, but input. Strange. Input. Okay, let me click the TV button. Okay, the power went off. Turn the power back on. Hopefully that red light goes out and then it'll bring up the... There we go. Okay, so I am on the wrong input. It was on aerial. HDMI 1, that's what I want. And what I'll do is I'll mute the TV, pick something I've already watched to play, and then go check out something fairly long. Start from the beginning. Okay, so that's gonna play a video from YouTube, and we're gonna check out how much the solar panel is going to drain everything. So first things first, guys, what I'll do is I'm going to show the TV, which will be the heaviest load on this what's running right now, and that's this guy on the left. So he is feeding the blue battery down here, and I got a little power pack thing charging there as well. So if I zoom in and start going through the options, 16 Celsius, PV is bringing in 6 amps. It's bouncing all over the place. Load 102 amp hours. Whoa, where? There it goes, 102 amp hours. 14 volts. 13.5 volt load on. Load off 11 volts. 24 hours. That's what my current battery levels are at. 17 Celsius. It's bouncing around 6 and migrating from there. That's how many amps is coming into the batteries while producing inverter power for the television. And I'll walk back over there and show that. So that's still running. Okay, so let's check out the guy on the right, which is running all the electronics. So he's feeding this orange battery, which is powering this LED light bulb from Primo, powering this power pack, and it is powering my elliptical, my boxy box, and my hard drive. Boxy box and hard drive are on this conditioner. Elliptical's just there, and that's all that it's powering. So let's take a look. I'll zoom in here so you guys can get a good view, I hope. 17 Celsius. Way less amps coming in. Bouncing around 4. Load 0.5 amps. 70 amp hours so far that the PV's brought in for that guy. 3 amp hours. Load on, load off. So there you go. So as you can see, both are still maintaining. Now I do have the speakers muted on the TV, but it is a 120 volt TV at 30 watts, and you guys can do the math on the amps. So hopefully that satisfies some people's curiosity at how well my solar power system is running. It is a beautiful day out, gorgeous, and I'm here in the tiny house, and I'm gonna actually take advantage of the sun and watch some cool stuff, hopefully. And I will get to this wall later. My brother's coming tomorrow home for Mother's Day, so he wants to check out the tiny house with power. He hasn't seen it since the electrical power has gone in, and hasn't seen any of this stuff. The new large storage room that is almost takes up almost half of the size of the tiny house. But anyway, so bad news I want to report to you guys. Okay. This is gonna affect me badly. Nasty, nasty, nasty. Ooh, you guys are getting some sun glare. Let's go over here. Much better. So, Canada right now is doing fairly bad. The economy. Our dollar is now down to 72 cents when it's put up against the US dollar. US dollar is worth $1, right? Our dollar compared to the US is now worth 72 cents, which is horrible. I think we're in possibly, I don't know if we're dead last, but we're damn close. Now this is the interesting thing. The government has linked the price of oil to our dollar. Price of oil and gasoline are through the roof. So, you think our dollar would be? No, it's being manipulated by the same people because they're trying to keep the country together, afloat, and running. Trump in the United States, the president over there, has declared he's getting rid of any NAFTA deals with Canada on a bunch of different subjects, but the first hard-hitting one that hit us was the softwood lumber deals that we had. So basically a ton of companies are going to stop producing softwood lumber in Canada, and I don't know what that's going to do to the price of lumber here. I know it helps the US, and I understand all that. Damn, there's another carpenter ant. That's not good. I don't need carpenter ants eating the tiny house alive when I kill that guy. I've killed a bunch so far. Not good. I believe they came over with me when I was at the lot by the river there. Unfortunately, that never turned out. So I'm going to kill him right now with this broom handle. And he's dead. So I'll have to look for more of those guys. I do not need a carpenter's nest eating wood out of the tiny house. But anyway, so the Canadian dollar is in the crapper. That means I cannot buy a lot of US made products, which I was planning on doing to get my large solar system up and running back here. I was going to get lithium-ion batteries, LiPo4 lithium technology. I was going to get those, and I was going to... I'm just looking around for ants, by the way, guys. That's why my head's up and down here. Yeah, so that's what I was originally going to get. Lithium-ion, LiPo4 technology batteries. Very good. Very expensive. And because of the situation with lithiums exploding and safety issues and stuff like that, the LiPo4 technology has gotten a very bad name. So, I have to pay, in order to get a 100 amp hour, 12 volt lithium amp hour battery with a pre-installed PCM, or what is it called? No, BMS, battery management system. That's what it's called. Okay, I thought I saw another ant. So that alone would be about $1,600 American. Now, if anybody can break out the Google calculator and tell me what that is in Canadian dollars, how much more I'll have to pay, you'll know that's insane for one battery. That's 100 amp hours. And I agree. But that doesn't stop there, guys. Because of the issues with these batteries, there's high shipping costs. And because of the high price of the battery, I have to pay duty. Duty is when I buy something from the US and it is over a certain amount of money, then the government charges me money just because they want to make money. So it's a bunch of crap. Thus, me using Wish.com a lot saves me paying the government HST, saves me paying duty. So it puts me in a tough spot. I would love to buy lithium batteries. However, if I had to save up at this rate in order to get them, you guys would never see me off the grid full time, because it would cost me a fortune to get 800 amp hours of those lithiums here. It probably, let's put it this way, it would probably cost me $2,000 per 100 amp hour 12 volt battery, which is kind of ridiculous. Not to mention $600 in shipping, which is ridiculous as is. For $600, I can buy probably a gel battery right here in Canada and put that in. And I think that's what my plan is. I'm going to let a lot of people down, especially Stu, High Tech Guy 18, but this is ridiculous. I'm sure he'll walk me through it. What are the best gel batteries I can get in Canada? Do I need to vent them? You guys can add all that in the comments below and give me a hand. So the lithiums are out the window because our economy is tanking. And if I'm able to get my 800 amp hour battery bank set up to run off the 6 panels in a series string, then with my big MPPT charge controller, then I'll be laughing. And guess what, guys? Once that's in, I still got more panels and I can still save up for another MPPT and more batteries and continue. The whole roof will be covered eventually, and solar, and maybe even the sides. I wouldn't put them on the sides here though, because I have my neighbors right here blocking the sun. So my hula girl is loving it. Solar panels would not love it, and I would not love it until I get property, or if or when I ever do get property. It doesn't look like it until this till our economy and our stuff get back to normal land. There's an election coming up. A lot of people are pissed at our current government, and I don't blame them. They rose our electric prices out the wazoo. We're going to be paying insane prices. Thankfully, I have the tiny house as a backup. That will be my getaway from that nonsense. They're basically making it so expensive. I know Stu, High Tech Guy 18, has told me a lot about this in the UK, where they have a serious issue with pricing over there. And they let all these elderly people, they either have a choice. They can either eat or freeze to death. And most of them go for the food, and then they end up trying to stay warm and surviving in their own houses with no heat because they can't afford the power bill. And a lot of the Europe is hydro heat, if you guys don't know that. And hydro heat is electric heat, so you know how expensive that is, and they just can't afford it. So, right now, things are pretty scary here in Canada. If you guys are on a border, if you live near Canada, and you can cross the border easily, take full advantage. Your guys' money over here is worth, like I said, if you buy, let's say you buy a dollar item in Canada with your money, you basically are cutting, just subtract 72 cents off the price of that dollar over here. So what costs a dollar over here to you guys would now cost 72 cents rather than $1. So if you want some big purchase items in the future for yourselves, I would consider buying them over in Canada, because you'd save a ton of money. And you probably won't have to, and if it's under the duty costs, I don't know how the duty works on your side of your side of the border, but I would highly suggest you guys buying stuff over in Canada if you live close enough. But like I said, I'm trying to struggle and survive here. I love your guys' support, watching my videos, voting, commenting, sharing. Hopefully everybody's doing that. Pam, thanks for Pam for giving me my Patreon, basically supplemental income, which is which is grateful. I'm grateful for that. And so I'll be on the hunt for ants the rest of the day while I'm here, I guess. Kill as many as I can find and go from there. So that's it for now, guys. I'll get back to you. Give me comments down below what you think's, what the hell's going on. Let me know what best gel cells to get. I want to go with the best I can, so gel is about the best under lithium. Unless you guys can find me some affordable lithium that I can get in Canada without paying crazy shipping costs. So that's your homework, guys, for today. So we'll see you on the next one. Alrighty, guys. Since I've been here watching TV, well, I have it on. I got it muted right now. But since it's on, I didn't jump on the elliptical. Though I did start removing stuff off the kitchen counter to prepare for moving this guy out, moving the Dyson off the wall to put the survival blankets up. And basically I can get to about here, that seam, disconnect the ABS plumbing. Hopefully there's not much liquid in there. If there is, I got my mop. It'll be gross if there is, but yeah, so I'll be able to remove this panel, get one sheet, should get me to the door, and then I'll use that little extra piece that I have left over for above the door, and then this section will be done. Then I can put everything back, and hopefully it'll clean up my window, the trim on there. It looks gross, but and then I can move on and do these two panels, and at least that gets me past the fireplace, so any heat that's bouncing around will be bouncing around in here. I'm not sure yet if I want to do the bathroom area. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Let me check, give you guys an update on the power usage. The TV is draining a little more now. 13 volts we're down to. Let's check the power levels. 19 Celsius, 2.6 amps coming in at the PV. So just under 3. 106 amp hours total brought in by the panels, which isn't much because I haven't been here too much, which is a shame. This guy is down to 13.8, 2.5 amps coming in. Says 0.4 amps are being used, 72 amp hours, and there's all the data for the high-techy guys that liked all the numbers and doing the math and all that stuff. So I moved a lot of this stuff over into the large storage area, out of the way for now. There it is there. A whole whack, a mess of stuff. So I got my temperature probes near the window here to get sunlight to keep that solar thing going. Clock and all that. And yeah, so I'm going to continue watching and working and see what I can get done. So we'll see you in a bit.